Hello everybody. We are going to break down some of GRAPE. Yes, these aren't grapes you eat. This is a GRAPE opportunity of a lifetime by Stephen McCullah, a guy that actually tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for $3.85 million and failed miserably. Still waiting for him to pay my legal fees as he was ordered to by the High Court judge, but he hasn't. But he disappeared for 2 years. Yes, 2 years he disappeared, and now he's popped up again, and he's remarried on the third month of this year to a lady called Ashley, who has 4 children, who I had the privilege of telling her that her new husband-to-be is one of the biggest scammers on the planet. But anyway, tonight, what we're going to do, we're going to continue our crusade and prove that this guy is just a no-good global scammer. And we're going to break down his last 3. He loves doing these, what he calls AMA, where he talks about bullshit. And we're going to actually use AI to show you how inconsistent he is with his lying, because he's a compulsive liar. So why not use AI to trip him up? And we've got 3 meetings of him over here. Just to introduce him onto the show, we'll come over here. We've got Stephen on AMA number 9. AMA number 10, and just filmed about a day ago, AMA number 11. Now, I did want to keep up with these, and I really missed number 10, so even I haven't heard it. We're not going to bore you to death probably and make you listen to those, but you can see that he's wearing very consistently, maybe the same shirt, or he left the light on in the bedroom on this particular one, but we'll have a listen. And we've also got Bob listening in the background. He's the black box above my head. He's been ringing up people. We've just come off a live back-to-back. Well, let's go into this one straight again. So, as I said, I've got some notes here in front of me. Let me read them to you. It says, let's go. We now have 3 different AMAs from Stephen McCullah, number 9, 10, and 11. Every single one tells a different story, which is really strange for someone who's got a white paper that he's meant to be using to stay on target. 1 week, the wallet doesn't exist, and the very next week it's finished. So we can't figure out what he's on about there. 1 month, there's 100 million freeze zone deal, and then suddenly that deal is coming next year. These are the things that we hear Stephen saying all the time. You can see the pattern forming: promises, delays, new buzzwords without any proof. Now, the funniest one I've heard him say lately is really a crack up, and that is where he said that he is generating voice command AI app building. So if I want to build an app, I just talk to the computer and tell it to build me an app that people will be able to upload their, let's say, music, and people will get a commission every time somebody listens to their song. His AI that he's developing is so intense that it will listen to what you say without touching the computer and will go away and build it for you. And just like that. And he's got all the technology ready to go, and it's just about around the corner, but nothing's actually eventuated because he wants to pump and dump his token first. Today, I'm going to line them all up side by side, and that's the meetings, the last 3 weeks worth of meetings, and show you how lies evolve and how the story changes each time, and how investors are being played by the same recycled script, which I would have liked to say crap if I didn't use crap. Yeah, but let's say script. If you've ever wondered why projects always collapse, well, the truth, where the truth really is, stay tuned, because at the end of this live, you'll see exactly how Stephen McCullah builds the illusion and keep people hooked. Let's get into it. So first thing first, we're just going to read through the script that we've got. And if Bob's got any 2 cents he wants to chuck in there, he'll chirp up along the way, no doubt. So I'll just make this a bit bigger so we can all read it. Right, we'll go through to the start. Now, I've had to just crash this through because I just wanted to get this out. I've been on a live for the last 4 hours. So I've used ChatGPT to do a comparison between 9 to 11. And I'm just going to read it. And then when it gets interesting, we might even go and listen to the timestamps to pick up the lie and the contradiction, so you can see that he's just full of shit. Script comparing. Right. All right, everyone. Tonight we're going to deep dive. I think I've already said that. Let's start up. Here it is. And so let's just read the paragraphs at a time. There's only going to be a shorty, but it's going to be a goodie.
AMA number 9, the $100 million promise. In AMA number 9, Stephen promised $100 million in liquidity at launch, supposedly coming from a free zone treaty tied to a land deal. He said, the treaty should be signed before launch, and that the goal was to keep a $100 per coin listing price.
Right. So he's claiming that his token is going to be worth $100, just like that. I don't know how you get value for something that hasn't launched yet, but we'll find out. Right. Now think about that. He's taken what he said there, if you want to break it down.
Now think about that. He's talking about a massive liquidity injection before the launch, based on a treaty that doesn't exist.
Yeah, so I remember this now because we did listen to AMA. I haven't listened to number 10 and number 11 yet. But what he was saying, and he said it just like this, that he was going to do a crowdfunding exercise to raise $100 million, just like that. And he's going to have it all ready to go before the launch, but the launch is just around the corner. The funny thing about this that you don't know, Steve actually was very good at doing fundraisers because he raised $29,000 on a Kickstarter campaign to go hunting for live dinosaurs and dog-sized tarantulas, I can't even say it, spiders, in the Congo. And when he got there, he had all his gear stolen and he didn't have his paperwork in order. So then he came home. And later on, he decided he was going to raise, I think it was $75,000 for a game that when you won the game, you were going to get paid in real gold. He's also been involved in other things like Luna, Fintech, and that was a company that claimed that if you invest with him, everything you invest was gold backed. And they had $1 trillion. At one time, he said he had $1 trillion worth of gold, but it was in the ground still. And he was still trying to find different plots of land. And he even moved his family over to South Africa for 4 years. He got involved with Zambezi Gold, which was a legitimate scheme. So I got told by one guy that bet his life on it. And now he come back to me 2 years later telling me that it was a scam and he wants to expose it. But anyway, he moved over there and there was some sort of opportunity over there. But what it really pans out to, Stephen doesn't have a life and he lives off his father and even his kids. He probably has to get visitational rights to see them these days because he got divorced and now he's got a new wife called Ashley, who's a hair salon owner. And if you want to know where she lives, we know where her business is and we know where she is. So if you've lost money to Stephen McCullah and you're thinking, damn, that guy stole me, because we had 11,000 people who invested in their pump and dump opportunity called Luna One way back. And the story just goes on and on and on. So this guy just keeps coming after scam. Now, this thing, GRAPE, now not spelt with G-rape, but spelt with G-R-A-P number 3.com. Even if we go to his website and just go to GRAPE 3, every now and again we go there and it gets this invalid secure certificate thing. And you know why that is? It's because he's an idiot. Well, that's why I think it is. But it is actually because this is actually, I don't even know how to put it, a WordPress website where he doesn't even know how to set up a secure certificate. So it comes up with this problem. And you can see that by clicking on that there, and you can see that he hasn't set up the secure certificate. It's got a logging error. And this is somebody who's meant to be able to, he's even provided a platform called Strava, which governments were going to use to run their platforms on to run their countries. He was even going to set up his own country called the United Allied States, and he even had Congress swear him in. And he had transport ministers, education ministers. He was even theoretically in a Learjet flying around looking for land at one stage. This guy is full of shit, and everything he says comes out of his mouth is just poos and wheeze and rubbish, and he's all doing it to mislead people. And I'm here to expose him, and I quite enjoy doing this, as you can probably tell, especially since he didn't win in court, and now he has to eat my words. And here's the words that we're going to make him eat. Now, think about that. So we're talking about he's going to come up with $100 million worth of liquidity, and he's going to fundraise that, and it's all going to happen before they launch, but the launching is just around the corner. You just can't make this shit up. And that's why when liars, if you give a liar enough rope, he'll hang himself. So hopefully Stephen's not going to hang himself, but he is actually literally out there at the moment contradicting himself, something terrible. So let's listen to the next few paragraphs and see what I can pick up on that. Here we go.
He even admits it might not be signed until 2026, but still claims it'll underpin the launch this quarter. That's financial nonsense. You can't peg a listing price to non-existent funding. He also bragged about AI tools that would supposedly build thousands of apps and simple games before launch. Yet there were no demos, no partners, and no developers named.
Yeah, the only thing he really wants is your money. So there's going to be no demos, no nothing you can see. And if it is, it's going to be in a distance. It's going to be copied from someone else. Remember when he was showing off his gold mine once, he actually had a coal mine picture instead of a gold mine picture? We found the original picture for sale on Etty Images. It was a real crack up.
He finished AMA number 9 saying they were this close to announcing Mainnet, and promised next week they'd release a hard date.
Yeah, Mainnet. So we're talking 2 weeks ago. He was promised next week that he would emit the launch. So we've lost that. So now we've jumped to 10, and we've just what we've done. Because Stephen, if you're going to lie, you have to get better than AI, because AI actually just listens to what you say and then it cross-references things, and it's just going to make it really, really hard for people who are compulsive liars like Stephen. But let's have another listen to this.
AMA number 10, the great pivot. Then, 2 weeks later, we got AMA number 10, and suddenly, the focus changed. Now he's talking about tax-free citizenship, precious metal-backed stablecoins, and a free zone economy that sounds like a crypto utopia. But remember, this zone still has no country, no government, and no legal status. He even said, "We're working towards zero taxes, no property tax, no income tax." That's not how tax policy works. You can't just invent a jurisdiction and decide there's no tax. Then came another contradiction. In AMA number 9, he said the mainnet was almost ready, just waiting on final dev checks.
Yeah, well, development team is actually Steve at home trying to install WordPress, which is a bit of a shame, really, but it's true. And the other one that's really weird is the other one. This is just so amateur. I don't even know why I'm covering this story, but I just have to keep going with it because it's too funny.
Now in AMA number 10, he admits the Phase 1 mainnet still depends on Ethereum compatibility, and that Phase 2 will only eventually be proprietary.
Okay. So we're stalling tactics, excuses. It is the same old shit, different day.
So in AMA number 9, it was revolutionary. By AMA number 10, it's just another EVM fork pretending to be post-blockchain.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's just not working out for you, is it, Steve?
He even claims they've filed 5 patents. But again, no filings, no patent numbers, no links, no evidence.
So he's been setting up websites, to expose me. And I'll just show you a couple because it's actually quite funny. Because the guy has offered me $5,000 if I take down all his videos. And we've got that in writing, which is absolutely a hoot. But when you go so we go back to fake journalist. Yeah, so this is the only one I really need to look at. But you go to fake journalist. He set up this website to slander me, which is quite cool. It's got more viewers and subscribers than his own YouTube channel, which is even funnier. He's done 9 videos. Some of them are real cool. I think
targets some crypto projects, stays quiet on others. Critics question
selective
selective outrage and motives.
It's not the one I wanted. But anyway, he set up a website called fakejournalist.net. We had that shut down. But then he sent me a text basically saying that he would pay me $5,000 towards my cause if I took down his videos. And then I said no. So after we shut down the website, we still had the fake journalist YouTube channel set up. But in here, now we set up a domain name called Beware of the Heck. So he's really angry. And I'm sorry you're angry, Steve. Maybe you should get some anger management, or you should stop frightening Ashley, your new wife, who has a salon in Springfield. Is it Springfield? Missouri? Never get that name right. Anyway, if you're lucky enough, you might actually be able to bring up the site. If you can get that secure certificate worked out there, Steve, that would be a good idea. But for some reason, it keeps crashing. And I don't know. I mean, maybe if I go without the yes, it might work. No, it still won't load. It keeps redirecting to the yes. So you got to fix your certificate. It's not valid, Steve. Just letting you know. Anyway, let's carry on. Whoops, gone to the wrong one. Here we go. All right. So he had 5. So you've got no money, but you've managed to put 5 patents out. What did they actually cover you for? Is it AI voice, AI technology where you can talk to AI and create apps? That's amazing, Steve. Fair crack of the whip. Sounded like an Aussie these days.
And he recycles the same 95% positive rating on CoinMarketCap line, which is unverifiable and meaningless because CMC ratings can be spammed.
It does remind me of the 80-20 rules. Steve has obviously been out there getting 95% of his tasks finished, and then he just drops it at the last 5%. It's just terrible. AMA 11, beautiful. We're we have to listen to some of AMA 11, but we might listen to this at the end. Maybe we could go through this section and see if it's worth tuning in. Here we go.
AMA number 11 moving the goalposts again. Now let's jump to AMA number 11, his latest. Remember how the wallet in AMA number 10 was still in design phase? In AMA number 11, it's suddenly already done, just waiting for testing. He claims he'll show a live demo next week. That's the same next week promise we've been hearing since AMA number 9. He also changed the supply of GGT. In AMA number 9, it wasn't mentioned. In AMA number 11, it suddenly jumps from 10 million to 27 billion tokens. He says holders will be reimbursed with more tokens, which is just another token split dressed up as innovation.
Oh, you just can't make this shit up. It's actually a bit disheartening in a way, because it's just so far-fetched.
He also said they'd now do 2 intermediary coins, one for GRP, one for GDD, before Mainnet. But in AMA number 9, he said they'd go directly to Mainnet without any in-between swaps. Now it's manual emails, send to an address, get tokens back later. The same custodial swap model he promised was over. And once again, he blames delays on market volatility. That's the classic excuse. The market's down, the funding's pending, the devs are closed, and the date will be announced soon.
Oh my goodness, it's sort of absolutely amazing. I think we'll go through the whole script here and then we'll listen to it, because it'll be more exciting than me jumping back and forth. But you certainly get the idea that the inconsistencies are overwhelming. Let's carry on, listen to Steve's lies.
The recurring pattern. Let's call this what it is, stalling theatre. Every AMA has the same structure: big claims, zero verification, constant next week announcements. He promises a revolutionary mainnet, then backtracks to EVM compatibility. He promises AI-generated smart contracts, but never shows a single working demo. He promises $100 million liquidity, but admits the funding depends on a treaty that's not signed. Even the free zone, the centerpiece of his story, keeps morphing. In AMA number 9 it was imminent. In AMA number 10 it was utopian. In AMA number 11, it's on hold until market conditions improve.
Wow. So that's basically all the words, really.
The takeaway: McCullah isn't building a blockchain, he's building a narrative. Each AMA exists to buy another week, to keep his investors believing that launch is right around the corner. He's reusing the same pattern we saw in Luna 1, Apollo Fintech, and Knox Wire: hype, delay, distraction. So when he says we're on track, remember, we've heard that line before.
Right, so it's kind of
each AMA exists to buy another week, to keep...
It's kind of her case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him an opportunity to come on stage now. I think we've covered everything that we needed to, because that was just basically, you know, if you really want to find out about him, you can actually come to dehec.com. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel and all that lovely stuff, that would be awesome right now. We'll try to keep you up to date with him. But if you go to my website and you click on contact page, under here you've got smear campaigns. And if you go to smear campaigns, you can find our articles well, you find all these YouTube channels and you can find all these domain names that's set up, and probably most of it's done by Stephen. Come down to here, you can read about the court case where he tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for 3.8 million. Would have cost him pretty bob to do so, and I'm presuming that he's probably never paid the lawyers either. I was, the judge awarded me $27,500 in costs, and also we were printed in the local paper, which he keeps forgetting. There he is there, Apollo, Stephen, AMA, the man of the moment, and there he is, he's sued, whatever it is. So Stephen McCullah, you click on his name, and there you can see that I've been following his AMA announcements. But we've done 9. 9 we've already done. And now we've listened, this one here's 10 and 11. And we can see he's been out. Over here, we've actually had a bit of battle keeping these videos online, but they're online at the moment. Through here, you can go through all the history of the things he's done. And it just goes on and on and on. Right, you know, like we're talking a guy that says that you can go hunting dinosaurs in the Congo, and even got fundraising to do so. Very clever, very talented liar. But if you want to believe that this guy is your hero to finding dinosaurs, please do. But anyway, but that's what we found out about him. So now what we're going to do, we're going to contact Ashley, and we're going to contact Stephen, and we're going to ask them if they want to come on stage. But in the meantime, we're actually going to listen to AMA number 10, because I haven't listened to it, and we'll flip screens. So I'll go over here and I'll see if I can get him online. Right, here we go, Steve.
Incredibly eventful.
I love the way he always starts about how he's really excited, and it's just going to be a short AMA, and he's really, really excited. It's just fantastic. You can't make this shit up, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, so we have an incredibly eventful AMA today. It's going to be a short one though, but nevertheless a really good one. So we're just going to jump right into it. Question number 1, how will crypto gains be taxed in and outside of the free zone? Centralized or decentralized is becoming a citizen of an economic free zone enough to protect crypto gains from taxes from other countries? So the quick answer to that is that depends on your country. So a lot of countries have laws that allow you to make a certain amount outside of the country, and you won't have to worry about that. Some laws, like the United States, unfortunately, allow you to make a certain amount outside of the country, and then they'll tax you after that. So it's really just up to you to really become compliant on those laws with whatever country that you're dealing with. But I mean, as far as in the free zone, we're working to get zero taxes. So zero taxes for capital gains, zero taxes.
So I'm assuming the free zone's the country that he's deciding to still set up, even though he's failed to set up the United Allied States. Is that right, Steve? Maybe you should message me and tell me what you're actually trying to accomplish. Do fix up the secure certificate on your website first, though, because we can't view your website because of the big gnarly warning in front of it.
For income, just really that sweet spot.
Really,
of almost no taxes, maybe some like sales tax for local purchases, that sort of thing. But that would be like the extent of it. So no property tax. That's the goal right now. So question number 2, Steve, is GRAPE network friendly when it comes to privacy developers for private transactions? That's actually a really good question. So of course, we started as a privacy chain, my last project, or it's moving into GGT, basically Apollo. But I have an affinity towards, I love privacy chains. However, it's very difficult to have a privacy chain that's also, it's basically both private and public, because you can still somewhat track things, which is actually good for, kind of gives both sides, and it also it allows you to be, compliant with a lot of the demands of exchanges, that would, normally not list a privacy coin. So anyway, it helps all that, but also gives you the ability to make a private transaction to another wallet. Which is nice. So, short answer, I really want to have just a small API level privacy option. It's, if you get in there and, deep, you can still find it, but it's just a nice, like, surface level, privacy option just for those certain folks that just want to keep things
private,
keep things secure, keep things private. I totally understand it.
Good one. I think that one up, didn't he?
We'll hopefully have on there. So
hopefully heads on there. Hopefully,
there's somebody in here talking about if something happened to me, would the project be okay? Basically, is there a continuation
doesn't exist
plan?
Anyway.
Yeah, that's not even. There's a lot of amazing people that work on this project. That's not even an issue whatsoever.
We don't know who they are. Mystery people.
Now, this is the next question. Now that the completely awesome 95%. Has been achieved on CMC. So a lot of you guys, if you have not seen, we have a 95% positive rating on CMC. I have never found a single project that is even close to that. I have not found one yet. So I believe, I'm just saying this, I'm saying this to say it, but I believe we may have the most positive project of any project on CMC. So that is cool. So next, basically, how this person wants to know how can they help continuing the project. So another thing, I mean, tweet like crazy. Go out there and if we see anything like that we can really improve on, we'll let you guys know too, and we'll definitely go and make it a priority to do that. I would say just tell all your friends about the project. Everybody you meet, it's
big screen.
In my opinion, going to be a big deal. Just
big deal.
Get out there, share, and I mean, just get the word out. I mean, we have an amazing community. We have just amazing people around this project, and that's kind of the fun of it. That's what makes it worthwhile for me. It's just working on the community that we worked with for a lot for a long time. And just seeing these things happen together and celebrating our wins together, that's what makes a project fun. Okay, so the next question is, since we plan to use our
Your
tokens
call has been forwarded
as a
to
Swift
voicemail.
like
The person you're
replacement for
trying to reach
messaging and
is not
cross-border
available.
payments, is Grape GGT Knox already ISO basically 20022 compliant?
Great question.
It will be, yes.
It will
that's something
be.
that we're working towards.
Working towards
and
the
that's,
team.
We'll definitely
Team.
where it's necessary, like if there's a reason for
good point.
that
do unnecessary
language
stuff.
that syntax basically be included, we'll definitely be working on that.
Working.
Do you know there's no price data available for GRP and Trust Wallet? Yes. Okay, so it was available a while back, and we'll definitely get that back up. That should be something that definitely pops back up pretty
So
soon.
if anyone's ever made money out of Stephen's stuff,
yeah, with our first listing, that should pop back up. And then we'll be, of course, on the new mainnet here pretty quick.
Mainnet.
The next question is PMBC still on the plan to use as a stable currency for the free zone? Ads is absolutely a big thing that we're working on right now, for the free zone. So basically it's going to be a token on Grape Chain that is a precious metal-backed coin. And it'll be most likely backed with a number of precious metals, not just gold, not just silver, but probably palladium or platinum also.
Probably.
So it kind of gives that you're hedging.
Just give me a bucket.
A lot, you're hedging on multiple minerals, which have been going up like crazy. Multiple metals, precious metals, and semi-precious.
Thank you for the donation the other day. I assume that was you.
Especially recently. So the amazing thing about that is like being, holding your money in something like that compared to the US dollar, which is just tanking. I mean, you go out to eat. I mean, it's absurd how much it is. It's like $60 for a steak, or $40, where it might have been $15.
What sort of steak is it? You get the animal on the head and the fur with it.
We're working on a currency that you can keep your savings in, and it's safe, and it can continue to grow rather than depreciate with inflation. Then the next question, and actually the last question, believe it or not, is, Steve, how much of the Grape ecosystem code is proprietary technology? That's actually a phenomenal question. That's one that I love because so the first mainnet phase will be it will be like EVM compatible.
EVM.
It will have more technology that is not just ours. It'll be like kind of a more simplified mainnet. So the phase two though will be absolutely, I would say 100%. The actual mainnet itself has got to be 100% or close to it, our proprietary technology. So every single thing, like if you've ever seen the tech paper, I believe the tech paper is on the buy side, it's on the website. There is nothing of any other project in our tech paper. We have 5 patents going out. We have one that we just redone. We'll send you guys the link to it. But it's every piece of our technology is completely and totally new. It's a new way to do DAG. So we're not using any DAG technology, any technology from anywhere else. So by phase 2, it will be nearly 100%. Now, where we might have some other code that's not 100% proprietary is in our smart contracts, because it needs to be EVM compatible. So obviously,
compatible.
It's, partial. We've got to blend the Ethereum
how do you blend tokens
contract model into it. So that in of itself, to become EVM compatible, we'll probably have a little bit of extra coding in there. But outside of that, I mean, that's every single coin in the entire market, does that. But as far as our actual mainnet by phase 2, it will be completely proprietary. Not just that, nothing works even remotely like
leaders.
blockchain.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
It's not even really blockchain. It's post blockchain. It's a ledger that works on DAG technology. So,
DAG
anyways,
technology.
That's one of the things that I love about it is we're actually the same way that Satoshi went and he changed the mold for finance. Finance basically from fiat to
that's amazing,
a
Steve. One man band, and look
blockchain.
How we're
doing taking something that is just amazing,
blockchain, and it's excited about
making it into something that is.
Don't forget to say you're excited.
Quantum resistant,
and
actually set up
Strava
for the long
compatible
term in this AI post quantum world.
Compulsive liar.
So we're creating that big gap in technology, in financial technology, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm extremely excited. So guys, keep watching for updates. Keep putting your questions in, guys. We need more questions. Some of you guys put some questions in about GSX, about Stratus, about different things
Stratus,
that aren't part of the GRPGT setup right now. I will do a really in-depth AMA on the community about those, so that we can have that.
Or
separate.
My dear friends, hope
I wanted to keep everything just really strictly GRP, free zone, roadmap, GGT in there for now. Guys, I'm so excited. I think I mentioned this in both the Discord and the Telegram, but I have seen the pictures, or basically the Figma, the designs for the new wallet.
Why don't you show us?
Right now, the devs are taking the designs and putting it into the wallet now, and it is beautiful, absolutely and totally gorgeous. It's something that we can all be proud of. As soon as it's up, we're going to be able to jump in and have a lot of fun with it. So anyway, that's it. So tune in. Next Thursday, we'll have our next AMA, and we will absolutely and totally be going through and just hitting everything we possibly can on the next one. I'll even kind of answer some of the questions that basically every AMA we go through, and there's questions that I've answered in the past, maybe even just like the last one or the one before that. So I don't put them in there, but we'll answer them all. This next one, hopefully you guys get a lot more in there. And anyway, I know that no matter what, it's going to be good. Just keep putting those questions in the Telegram, in the Discord, and we will hit it again on Thursday. So guys, have a wonderful weekend. For those in the US, have a happy Halloween, stay safe, and that's where we're at, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
Wow, good on you, Steve. Full of shit, so full of shit, I can't even keep myself straight. So we've got AMA light. He forgot to turn the lights out, so he's got this lighter view, which is really cool. But we're going to go straight into AMA 11, because as I said in the introduction, if you want to go through there and read that all again, there's overlapping contradictions, not just like little cracks in what he says, but gaping big holes that people will fall through who are going to invest in him. And remember, the really sad thing, Steve, is Stevie, mate. We should join forces, Steve. You can create the scams and I'll report them. Maybe we can start up a YouTube channel. But we did actually go to his website, which is GRAPE, and G with rape within the 3. So there it is. And it's going this time. Well, there you go, because he's got a secure certificate that goes up and down. And his website is actually going. So we'll give him a bit of grace on that one. But if I refresh, or if I go to other pages of the website, that normally breaks. So these guys here, we did have this guy here has been in all the way long. I don't know. He's probably I don't know. But all these other people, they don't exist anywhere. Not that I can see. Or maybe that guy. Oh, no, I don't think they do. They're all made up people. You can't. But go to the roadmap. Now, most people have a roadmap, which is a downloadable PDF. Not with Steve. He's decided to make it incredibly simple. Just Q4, which I think stands for the last quarter, the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. He's going to change the planet. The planet's going to change shape after Stephen's finished with it. And he's set up a roadmap, which is actually an HTML page, which is just ridiculous. Go to frequently asked questions. Oh, it just happens to be on the save page because we didn't want to create a new page when we didn't have to. And in here, you can read all about it. Oh, there he talks about DAG there. DAG. DAG technology. Let's have a listen to what DAG technology. Let's have a wee listen and see what that says.
Blockchain is an optimal choice for most Web3 applications, but its linear block nature creates bottlenecks that limit its potential for development. The GRAPE team used direct acyclic graph, DAG, technology to overcome these limitations as the foundation for its ecosystem. While DAG's use for distributed ledger technology, DLT, is not new, existing limits have prevented DAG-based projects from achieving their goals due to the difficulty of forming a stable consensus for virtually unlimited bandwidth.
This is like big mess of words. I won't bore you with that, but you go read through it. If you can get onto a site and it hasn't got that script coming up telling you it's dangerous, go in there and read the frequently asked questions. You'll be educated just like Steve is, and you can just start doing your own AMAs reporting. All right, so we're going to get stuck straight into that. I was hoping to show you something with a website. We were going to go through every page until it fell over, look at the news updates. He's been in all these... this would insinuate that he's been in all these papers and hasn't done what they call sponsored reviews, but you'd expect that you'd be able to click on here and go into an article that is happening now, but it's page not found. So it just gets better and better. So in Yahoo Finance, the page that he had is gone, and there's no such page. So if you go to Best Shocks, I think I did this another time, it just goes off to the webpage. It doesn't go off to anything to do with the company. And if it is any company stuff, like Hacker Noon, it is all paid for sponsored adverts. I mean, look, by Crypto Unfolded. Unfolded started out as a pure passion for, it's the name of the website. It's just stupid. So nothing about this is normal. But anyway, let's go through AMA 11 just in case you have to, and then we'll have a document of his video anyway. Here we go.
All right, guys. So we have an exciting AMA to go over today. It is going to be the 11th AMA. Can you believe it? 11th.
Yeah, I can.
And it's going to be pretty exciting. So
pretty
a lot of questions that we put in, or that were put in, that we've touched on in the last week or two, we just kind of push those off till next week. So what you're going to see right now are just the questions that we've got that really we haven't touched on in the last couple of weeks. So we don't want the whole same thing, going back and forth. We want it to be kind of exciting. So let's jump right into it. So the first question is, will we have a new wallet that has a built-in DEX? That's a great question. So we will definitely have a DEX in our wallet eventually. I think that's probably more of a Q1 thing. I'll keep you guys up on that, but that's usually, more closer to Q1, I would say. And then we're hoping to have some, USDT equivalents and stuff like that in there. And the next question is, when will the wallet be completed? And I actually love this question. I'll tell you why. Because
you've talked about it 3 weeks in a row.
It's already done. It is literally already done. So right now they're working on getting all the finishing touches up. They're doing they're doing all the testing on it. So I will let you guys know as soon as that is live. And going from that live point to where my next update is kind of the best.
Well, let's just go back to this one because we had this at the start, but I didn't really understand what he's on about. But let's go to the wallet. So here he talks about tonight we're going to compare. So in AMA 1, I don't even know what that means. Where's the wallet? Let's go through. Come on, let's have a wee look here. Let's see if we can trip him up quite easily. Okay, so this is what he said. So if you go back to 10, the new wallet is beautiful. The devs are putting the designs in right now. And when will the wallet be completed? It's already done. And then we're just waiting for the finishing touches. So it's not done. What's the word done? 2 weeks apart, the wallet jumps from being designed to already done. No screenshots. And he said he's got the artwork and it's looking great. Why couldn't he do a screenshot of it exist? It's just what he does. Everything he does is just bullshit. It's just absolute bullshit. And I don't even know how he sits in front of the camera and keeps a straight face. Oh, hi, Queen of Karma. Yes, you're up late. Hello. I'm just listening to Stephen McCullah trip himself up from AMA 9, 10, and 11, and we're just comparing the scripts between each of the videos and seeing what naughty boy has been.
So essentially, what we've done
Thank
is, we've talked about in the past. We're gonna probably try to get directly into the mainnet, from where we're at, with people on staking, people on the buy side, people on the contracts and all that. We're going to do something that's a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and take a step back, especially because we've got.
I mean, he's going to go and take a step back. He keeps you waiting. Everything's done. We're just. And now he's going to tell you to take a step back on something else. I mean, this guy is just the procrastinator 101. It's quite comical. Well, it's comical if you haven't been an investor, which I hope no one has.
A lot of people who own the original GGT, and that has 10 million, total supply. And the new GGT will have a 27 billion supply.
Oh my God. So he's going to go to the beach and get a bucket full of sand and then start there trying to market it to everybody. Oh my God.
So, and don't worry, if you do own part of that, the 10 million supply, you will be
diluted, comes to mind, or delusional,
reimbursed within the incoming total supply exactly where you should be. So it'll be the exact same portion of the supply.
So 0 divided by 0, if you listen to the Cookie Monster, that is 0 and you have no friends. Remember that one that remember we used to ask Siri, hey Siri, what is 0 divided by 0? 0. Oh, hold it. It's come through on the iPad.
My answer is no.
Oh. Hey, what is 0? Hey Siri, on my phone, what is 0 divided by 0?
If nothing is divided by nothing, then there's nothing to divide or divide it with, and the division never happened. So my answer is no.
No. Okay. So that was great. Anyway, so that's the truth of it. So carry on, Steve. Keep telling us your stories.
That you get. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just literally you're going to own a lot more of them. So maybe you had a few. Maybe you had like 2, and now you're going to have 2,000 or 4,800 or something. So it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to do that. But we're going to go back and do 2 coins. So basically there's going to be an intermediary coin with GRP and an intermediary coin with GDT. So what's going to happen is essentially we're going to create a system, and we'll get with you on that system on Monday or Tuesday of next week. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to have...
I'm just asking some people at the moment that's in the in his Telegram group. And they had a problem a couple of weeks ago about this guy called Danny Dehek, and they said there will be no more AMAs until they work out the scammer. I'll read the exact words because it was actually quite good. What did it say? Duty questions. Let's have a look. Where did it go up to? The king. Yeah, so this is, I think I've got it all. Development. I'll just make sure I'm not criminating anybody. Yeah, so there was a comment in his King Fudder, which is my nickname, I think. So look, it's going to work. Not good news. King Fudder is back, and this time has set to make some serious waves. Only one way to stop the madness. At this point, we launch. That's when. So the only way to shut me up is actually deliver the product. I'm fine with that. That will be the overwhelming evidence that the King Fudder is good. So this is so crazy. So the only way to shut me up is to deliver the product, but the product will never be delivered. So they're not going to shut me up. Please hurry the process. So this is what they're saying to Stephen. So Stephen's basically saying, he explained to everyone that they weren't going to do an AMA. I've been attacked. Oh, here we go. Oh, you've got to read this. I'm going to have to put this, unfortunately, in a special window to have it read because it won't read in that format. So I'll just do that. Give me 1 minute, please, caller. I'll start reading it. We'll get the next paragraph. Oh, hold up. We're going to watch what we do here. Here we go. So this is the first paragraph.
We're being attacked by parasite named Danny D. Heck, and we have been working to reach out to the relevant authorities to get him stopped. We'll keep you informed about the AMA. It might move to the coming Monday.
Right, so they didn't want to do the AMA because that parasite, which I think is me, is actually, yeah, so that was quite cool. So now we'll go, I'll just get rid of some of this stuff here, and we will, we'll go to the next paragraph. Yep, we're all good.
No, I don't think so. We can't have delays, but the matter went to many authorities in more than one jurisdiction, and we should hopefully see arrests to this whole chain of parasites.
Oh, there's a whole chain of parasites, and they're going to get me arrested. Oh, dear.
No, I don't think so. We can't have delays, but the matter went to many authorities in more than one jurisdiction, and we should hopefully see arrests to this whole chain of parasites.
So no one's ever contacted me, and I'm not breaking any law. In fact, anytime any of his clad come to New Zealand, they'll be arrested for not paying the court fees.
Cool, I'll wait and share the video. BTW, Natalie now posts in Apollo TG and seems...
We'll get rid of that one. Yeah, so we've got Natalie, the fake judge. She's been back. What else we got here? Expand the territory. Oh, yep, this is more lies.
I'll tell you even more, just a piece of internal development. I have requested to expand a territory which isn't near a current area but within the same region. If we will manage to include that additional land, I promise each and everyone in here you will lose heartbeat once you'll see it. So my concern is not if we are going to sign, but if we are going to include that additional territory. I'm very tense about it, and Steve knows how not only heavenly and beautiful this is, but also strategically highly important.
So
I'll tell you.
That's Natalie, the judge, not judge. She thinks she's a lawyer, but she's got no qualifications. She's absolutely a nut job. And then you've got, I just want to get rid of, I'm just going to get all these here because it's actually quite interesting listening to the conversation that's been given to me. I'm just going to tidy it up so I don't accidentally incriminate anybody. We like our informants. Let's go replace all, and then we could, right, so this is, I don't know if you can do the play from here.
The 17th of October 2025, 11:59 a.m. Seems you've upset them, Danny, comma.
Oops.
The 17th of October 2025, 11:59 a.m. No, I don't think so. We can't have delays, but the matter went to many authorities in more than one jurisdiction, and we should hopefully see arrests to this whole chain of parasites, comma. The 23rd of October 2025, 7:57 a.m. Cool, I'll wait. And
all right, so we're going to just read paragraph after paragraph, but it's interesting to hear because this is the chat room that's talking about me, and I'm meant to be causing the major hassles, and all I'm doing is asking to provide truth and factual information.
Not good. King Fudder is back, and this time he is set to make some serious waves. Only one way to stop that madness. At the point we launch, that's when it stops for good. That will be the overwhelming evidence that quiets King Fudder for good. Please hurry the process, Team GRP. Let's make him the biggest embarrassment in crypto history.
Yeah,
that will be just punishment, as he will be done in everyone's eyes.
Yeah, that will be it. Will finish me off. He actually delivers something when he's never delivered anything since I've been trailing him.
I thought there was a lawsuit against this guy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and he lost because he discontinued the fighting. It's just crazy. And he can't come back now. It's like double jeopardy here. That's how stupid it is.
We have taken the criminal route. We realize that he has no intention to stop even in his elderly age. He's ruining and destroying many people's lives, families, and businesses. And not only him, but his whole team.
So I've got like 11,000 people that invested in Luna One and lost all their money. I've got 42 people who've come to me saying that they would testify against him, who've lost collectively over $1 million, all in this pump and dump opportunity. And here I am, told I'm the one that's ruining families. What good has he done to any family to date? Nothing.
Like Scott said, we need to launch and we'll stop him. Thumbs up.
We need to launch and we'll stop him. That's the only answer they've got. We're going to get Stephen to launch and that will shut everyone up. Other than that, we'll believe in him.
I'm sorry, but seems you guys don't understand that the launch is not going to stop him because his motive is not really trying to defend anyone. He's just trying to be famous, to create chaos drama as content to feed his social media channels, just to be somebody after years of failures. I'm all for such motivation, and I respect elderly who still has the fire, but not by destroying others' lives and families. He has no clue where he got himself into. He will be famous for sure, but forgotten as well.
Okay, so forgotten as well. That's interesting. So that just sounds brilliant. So these are the messages, the mentality of the people in the Telegram group. And I'm doing it for YouTube clicks. And as I'm recording this, I actually have got 15 people in here. So that was pretty cool. So no offense to 15 people in here, but I've done about 2,500 videos over the last 5 years. It's pretty exhausting.
Could be, but the whole narrative of King Fudder becomes moot and destroyed once the launch happens. No longer will he have a talking point.
No, I have nothing to talk about and nothing to talk about if he finds live dinosaurs and dog-sized spiders in the Congo. And I'll have nothing to talk about if he launches a platform that all governments of the world uses. And I'll have nothing to talk about if he launches the government called the United Allied States. And I know he's been sworn in for Congress, and we've got videos of all that, but I'll have nothing to talk about if nothing happens.
That's not true. If that was true, then he would have accepted Steve's invitation to check the tech himself. But guess what he said instead? He refused. Why would a person who is seeking for truth and helping others refuse to see the proof himself? Should I repeat why?
Well, I've never seen any tech, and I've never been invited to check out any tech, so I'm amazed by some of these comments.
Surely a semi-retarded YouTuber with around 20 views per video can't stop a nation being developed and stop us. If we are as strong as Steve says, then Danny is a no one to us.
Yeah, but you're not as strong as Steve says, are we? Are you? I shouldn't say we. And yeah, I can stop you. I've stopped Goliath Ventures in their tracks, haven't I? So yeah, I can stop people, but there was nothing started, so it's not really that hard to stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Dirty, your question only shows you don't really understand how reputational damage works.
Yeah. So these are all the messages in their private chat room that I'm getting.
When a company or project reaches a certain scale, reputation becomes its most fragile yet most valuable asset. It consumes huge resources to protect and even more to rebuild once attacked.
So what scale are they talking about? There's no scale. There's no traction. There's no developers. There's no nothing. There's nothing.
Danny knows that very well. He literally said it himself in one of his recordings, and that's why he focuses on chaos, not truth. Financial and governmental partners don't tolerate noise, even if baseless. They step back to avoid exposure, and that's exactly how one person can cause major disruption.
Oh, crazy. So governments are involved, but we don't name what governments, what countries are involved. We just make this shit up. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Well,
destroying trust is the fastest way to slow down progress, and Danny exploits that fully.
Trust. What trust are you talking about? So obviously these are a heated discussion that took place about me when I weren't even there to defend myself. And people can make up twist lies, and they start believing these lies are true and factual. And this is all from a no-name, no-nothing company that doesn't exist. And you've got AMA Stephen telling people porkies every week that changes every week. I mean, you just can't make this shit up.
So when you ask that question, Dirty, it's clear you haven't really grasped the dynamics of real-world business. One should view the whole picture rather than dealing with proportions per own logical point of view. The reality out there tells a different story. You only need to look at. Danny with his team member call himself are now having popcorn and enjoying the show. Not only they caused to major losers, they also feel the joy in victories vibes. Not on my shift, guys. Let's please stop that discussion. We can do it somewhere else in the private rooms. Natalie is now posting directly as admin owner via the anonymous official APL community channel.
This is just so retarded. And look, here we are. We'll go to his website. We went there 15 minutes ago, and we got your connection is not private. And as I showed you, their domain name here, their certificate's not set up correctly. So then you come back half an hour later, and this is a WordPress website. So if we go here, now, yeah, it's loading now. He must be watching me. He must have clicked the button. Then if we go type /admin, we go here. And for the people who don't know, this is WordPress. No company that's got their own platform that's going to run countries securely, and all the secret forces are going to be building a website on WordPress. They will create their own website. The WordPress, if you don't keep all the plugins up to date, is one of the most unsecure platforms on the internet to date, because there's too many plugins, there's too many vulnerabilities and everything. So this company here is going to, once they figure out how to set up their own secure certificate, it just gets stupider on stupider. So let's carry on listening to this wonderful liar, compulsive liar, Steve, and let's see what he has to say. And finish the project, Steve, and that will shut me up. I'm looking forward to it, my friend. Wait, you're not my friend.
Have you either email a certain place if you own GRP or GGT on the buy site or the staking site.
Popcorn.
And then we're going to have you or we'll have you basically take what you own on the chains themselves and send it to a certain address. Then basically what's going to happen is if you have like a trust wallet, you're going to get sent back that exact same amount of token, or the equivalent of that token. So that'll be just super easy, super simple, and something that will be I think fun for everybody, because you're actually going to be able to hold the GRP and the GDT that you've had for this long, and it'll all come about in exactly how it needs to. And then basically what's going to happen from there is you're going to take that GDT and that GRP and send it to the mainnet, and it'll just automatically give you the equivalent of that in the mainnet itself. So it'll be super simple from there. So that'll be really, really neat. So the next question is, when it's ready, can you basically give us a live demo of the wallet during one of your AMA sessions? And that is like an easy question.
Yeah.
Because I would absolutely love to do that. I will do that here in the next week or so. We'll
find out next week.
Maybe not by the next AMA, but definitely by the next one.
You're gonna forget
I will be up here, and I'll be like showcasing like the entire wallet, all the features that we have so far, and showing you exactly.
This is how stupid it is. The wallet that he's talking about is finished, done, but he just has to get the graphics finished or done, which were finished in the video before, and it looks really good. And now he's just got to finish off the graphics. I mean, the guy's got a development team apparently. I mean, so the guy is this. You can't make this shit up.
How that operates. So the next question is. Basically, will the GRP old coins on Bitmart be available the first day of listing for us for trading? That's essentially the answer to that is they should be, if you can get them out right now. And if not, we'll have to communicate with Bitmart and work that out. So that's just basically based on where you're at with withdrawing them, or if it's available to withdraw. If it's not, basically we're going to be going in there and just kind of working with them and getting it to where you can pull them out, so that you'll definitely be in the new chain within that period of time that we need you to be. So the next thing is this is a great question. It's one we get a lot, so this should answer a lot of people. So GGT holdings on the buy side, will they reflect as the increased supply? So basically, if you bought GGT when it was 1-to-1, so if it was like 99% or 90% of what you got with GRP, so like basically if you had gotten so if you bought one GRP and you got one GGT, then essentially what that would be is probably closer to 1,000 GRP. So your one would go to 1,000. That's basically the conversion I believe we have right now. But if you've bought it and it's like 10,000% of like, the GRP that you buy, so if you bought one GRP and you've got 1,000 GDT, so that's definitely the correct amount that you should have, and that will be translated directly over, and definitely not there would not be anything added to it. You'll just basically get that on the GT, chain.
Right, got that.
The next question is does the continuation of our active buy side prevent the acceleration of the market price?
Active buy side.
So what we're going to do is, before we essentially end the buying right now on the buy side, we're gonna start like marketing hardcore for this next launch, and then we're gonna end that buy site and then just focus on that launch, and that will have like basically a period of time, a good period of time within that buy site going down to when that
investors believe
that listing goes live, to where it will definitely have a pretty good impact, and we'll have like the majority of our marketing hitting right at that point.
Wow. It's going to be good.
So the next question is, when is the expected timeline of Mainnet launch? We kind of just hit that. It's really, 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 really soon.
Really
talking
soon.
about like the free zone listing and all of that. Everything is really where it was before. We'll let you guys know that there really has been some market, kind of some tumultuous market movement. So we'll be going through, and we're going to be watching that really, really close, because obviously we can't launch whenever there's movement in the market that's negative. We definitely want to be on the very positive side. So what we're doing right now is just getting all our funding, getting everything that we possibly can, getting any announcements we possibly can, and just prepping for when that shift happens. And when it does, that's when we're working to move. And if anything else changes as far as funding, as far as the listing date or the free zone date, we'll definitely let you guys know. So that's definitely something that we'll go over. So yeah, that is about the accumulation of all of the really the questions that had really pertained to this week. So we will keep you guys updated in every single moment of the week. We'll have people coming in there, people who are admins. We'll keep them updated. If anything happens beforehand, even before the next AMA, we'll let you guys know. But everything is looking absolutely
fantastic.
Absolutely phenomenal. There's just really nothing there's nothing that's behind. The mainnet itself and the AI features are absolutely on par for this quarter, but they're happening. They're definitely ahead of schedule, even on the last schedule that I gave you guys. So I will let you know as soon as they're done. We're going to be kind of working on a more Apple-style schedule when it's done. We'll let you know. But it is absolutely and totally. We're on track without a doubt. So guys, thank you so much for just keeping updated on everything. Keep putting your questions in. If you didn't get your question answered this week, I have no doubt that it'll be answered either in the Telegram or Discord, or it will definitely be answered on the next AMA. So just keep watching, keep updated, keep watching Twitter, especially because we'll be putting out a lot more on there. We have some press releases we're putting out. So just keep watching, guys. And we are there. We're absolutely there with where we're at, and all we have to do is just get this mainnet out, get the AI features out, and then we can start launching those announcements. So guys, have a wonderful day, and we will see you next week.
We will see you next week. Well, that's just friggin' fantastic, Steve. I can't wait.